Hi, this is a walkthrough of Scale This, which is an updated version of an app which I previously made using just Ruby on Rails, and now it has some extra jQuery features, and the backend is just a Rails API. So initially it looks pretty much exactly the same, although now even if you're not logged in, you can actually access the Scales library. So here it looks a little different to where it was previously, and we now have one sort of container here where the primary content is, and one container here which is more like a sidebar. And this is the page where most of the action happens. It's basically this page and then 3 other static pages of the landing page, a sign-up page, and a sign-in. Otherwise, all the magic happens on this page here. So we can see each of the scales, and we can see who's currently in the lead with the most practices. So at the moment, it's not me. And we can, even when we're logged out, we can even see the scales. So let's have a look at Aeolian. As you can see, there was not a page refresh there. That is all through AJAX and jQuery rendering that. And we can listen to the scale, which is pretty fun. And that was there before, but to be honest, I didn't really understand all the JavaScript behind it, and now I do, which is great. All the information about the scale is here, and you can change the root of the scale, so it automatically goes to middle C. We can change that, for example, to F. It'll change the name of the notes, and the playback will also changed. So we'll go back to the scales library. As you can see, when you're logged out, you can view the scales, you can listen to them, but there's not really much else you can do. So we'll sign up. So it's still Facebook authentication. I do not have an account yet, so hopefully this will work. There we go. Oh, I did already have an account. It didn't ask me for permission. So I'm back in. I'm at exactly the same page, but this time my top navbar doesn't offer the sign-in and login, a sign-up and login options, but it gives me a practice stream and of course a logout. So if I go to my practice stream now, there's not much in there. My Facebook profile picture loaded, which is great, and I've got these nice areas where it will show me what scales I've practiced. I've not done any yet though, so let's go and have a look at some scales. So we could let's practice the Lydian scale, and let's have a little listen to it starting in F sharp, because why not? Yeah, great. So let's pretend I practiced that. I haven't done any at all, so at the moment it just shows me the rankings. So I can hit practice, and it will log a practice. It will take me back to my practice stream. Again, zero page refreshes here. And it'll say last practice today, Lydian. And check it out, and it says practice just once. If I practice it again, obviously it doesn't move because it's still today. It says practiced twice. Hooray. So I'm going to log into a different account. Oh, actually, yeah. So on this main page, you can now see that now I've actually done some practice. I've been added to the rankings page, which is great. I've done 2, so I'm a bit behind everyone else, but I'm on my way. I'm going to, I'll add a scale here, actually. So now we've logged in, we've got access to this add a new scale form. I can give it a scale, so I'm going to call it my cool scale. Type, call it type super awesome. And so I'll show you errors. So let's give it a couple problems. There's a couple problems now. First one, my scale has only got 1 note, and also it's got exclamation marks in the name. None of those. It's neither a scale nor is the name necessary. So I'm going to hit do it, and I get these errors. Pattern needs at least 2 notes, and it can only contain these characters. So I'm going to take out those exclamation marks. I'm going to add a couple more notes. And I'll keep it private, my cool scale. Do it. Okay, as you see, no page refresh, and that has rendered a brand new scale type box because we didn't have a type of super awesome before, and it's made an li for my cool scale. And it's given me a blank scale form. So if I make another cool scale, and I'm going to make this one public, it's going to have some random notes. I'm sure that pattern already exists. And I'm going to make it the same type, with also super awesome. And so it didn't render a new type, because it didn't need to, but it's added another cool scale there. We can check it out. How's it sound? Sounds great. And we can practice that. So as you can see, because I made that scale, I have access to edit it and delete it. So I'm going to edit it. And we said that was going to be public, so I'll keep that public. And let's add an extra note. Do it, and it renders straight away. We can see the changes that we've made, added that extra note. So I'm going to go out to scale library. I've got 3 practices now, and even in the scale library, this is here. And let's log out and see what that looks like for another user. So I've got someone already lined up. Log in, and so they can see that public scale I made, but they can't see my private scale. And this person already made a scale that was public, so I could see it before. I'm just going to add a new one because I'd like that to be 3 by 3. I'm going to call it scale face. Type. Let's call it Scottish. Give it some notes. Also known as epic. Yeah, that can be private. Do it. Okay, great. So now I've added another one. Looks nice and neat now. So this person's practice room, they've done a little bit more practice, and we can see what they've done. So today, yesterday, this week, obviously this week that wasn't today, yesterday, this month, and then anything past this month I classify as ages ago. And that's a picture of a fish. It's not his profile picture from Facebook, because this account wasn't made using Facebook. This was locally made. And just to show you what it is like to delete a scale, we already edited one. So we made scale face here, and we can delete it. It is as easy as hitting delete. It's gone. We're never going to see it again, and we're back to that scales library. As you know, I made another cool scale on a different account, so this one does not have access to that. To delete that, we would have to log out. I need to log in my Facebook account where I made that. We can't see scale face because it was a private scale, and I can delete my cool scale there and another cool scale, and we're back here. And then log out, and that was scale this with jQuery and AJAX.